You got to embrace your natural, God-given hair, color, and texture. Give me that. Proverbs 3:31.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
It says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. So no more perms, no more relaxers, no more hot irons, because you're killing your hair when you do that. No more wigs, no more weaves. Because guess what? That glue that you got to put on you're pulling your hair out. You're giving yourself baldness. You're giving yourself alopecia. Stop it. It's time to change.
Right.
We are great, and it's time for us to come back to that. What is this about out here? This 225 festival. So what is this about out here, the 225 festival? Y'all coming out here to celebrate this, right? What's it about? You don't know. Y'all don't know what it's about, but y'all coming to celebrate it? See, that's a perfect thing. God brought all y'all here. Give me Proverbs 24 and 20. This is why y'all don't know why y'all out here. Because God brought y'all out here. Not for no 225 fest.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24.
Bring it out.
Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
So man's goings are of the Lord. So how can a man then understand his own way? Your goings are of the Lord. Y'all thought y'all was coming out here to party, but y'all about to find out that y'all are God's chosen people.
That's right.
Y'all are the Israelites the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
How do we know that? Isaiah 1 and 3. Because I bet y'all never considered y'all nationality. Y'all just, we black, they African American, right? It is what it is. Watch this.
Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know. My people doth not consider.
Have we ever considered why we went into slavery? What'd you say? How you gonna say we don't know, then walk off? Why don't you find out if we know? So, have we ever considered why we went into slavery? We went into slavery because we broke God's commandments. God gave his commandments to the Israelites. We are known today as the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's everybody that's out here in this 225 fest.
Bring it out.
Celebrating Baton Rouge area code. And it's been Baton Rouge area code for what, maybe 25 years at the most? Because it was 504 before that, right? Because it shared it with New Orleans. So why didn't you have a 504 fest? Watch this. Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So it said if we would not listen to God, because the root word of hearken is to hear. So if we wouldn't hear God and listen to his voice to do his commandments, he would put curses on us. Now, we know that the Israelites spoke a language known as Hebrew. That word curse in Hebrew, it actually means to be trifling. How many trifling black people you know? Exactly. So right off that, the Bible is a true book. Now watch this. Give me verse 68. We all know history, right? How did we get here? On the bottom of a boat, right? Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
When the Israelites were in Egypt, when Moses set them free, they was in slavery. So it says we are going to Egypt again with ships. It says we are going into slavery again with ships. Watch this.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
It says we'll be sold unto our enemies. We were sold on slave auction blocks. The river right there. You know the boats used to dock on them banks right there, and they would walk us downtown, wherever they sold us at over here. I don't know where they sold us at, but more than likely right there where that Christopher Columbus statue is. We were sold on slave auction blocks.
Right.
The slave master that made us build up Baton Rouge.
That's right. Teach y'all. Come on, teach y'all.
So we out here celebrating 225 Fest like it's our heritage, our culture.
Right.
No, your heritage is the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God.
Right.
And we have been disconnected because we follow this image, which can be found nowhere in the Bible.
That's right.
And we might not think we follow that image, but if you go to church on Sunday, you follow this image.
That's right. Teach y'all.
If you celebrate your birthday, you follow this image.
Bring it out. That's right.
Guess what? If you celebrate Christmas, you follow this image.
Right. Bring it out.
If you celebrate Easter, you follow this image.
Right.
Mama, if you celebrate Mother's Day, you follow this image.
Bring it out.
Because none of that's found in the Bible.
Right.
You know what is found in the Bible? Passover,
Right.
Pentecost,
Right.
the Sabbath day, which was yesterday. That was the new moon, which is today.
Right.
That's found in the Bible. These are the days that we're supposed to celebrate and come together.
Bring it out.
Now, I seen y'all face when I said you're not supposed to celebrate Christmas. I'm gonna actually show y'all that in the Bible. Give me Jeremiah 10. Jeremiah is in the Old Testament, about 600 years before Christ. Now watch what he said, because we say Jesus is the reason for the season, right?
Right.
Watch what Jeremiah said.
Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 1.
Bring it out.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
So it said, learn not the way of the heathen. In church, we always heard that heathen is a wicked person that ain't keeping the commandments. That's not a heathen, that's just a sinner. A heathen is the other nations outside of the nation of Israel. That's the true biblical meaning of that word. Watch this.
Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth the tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
So it says they fasten it with nails and the hammers that it move not. That's a tree stand.
Right.
You cut that tree out of the forest. What holiday is that where they cut a tree out of the forest and they sell it in front of Walmart and Home Depot? And they say they deck it with silver and gold. Right. I know y'all done heard that song, Silver and Gold. I ain't gonna sing it because I ain't sing. But I know y'all heard that song.
Bring it out.
So what that's talking about? 600 years before Christ, he said, learn not the way of the heathen.
Right.
You know, Christmas comes from the celebration of Tammuz.
Right.
The Romans celebrated Tammuz. The Romans celebrated Nimrod, because that's another one. That's another god that they say his spirit was in the tree.
Right.
That's where your Yule log comes from.
Right.
And guess what? The presents that was under the tree, those presents were gifts to Nimrod. You had to bow down to that tree to put them gifts under that.
Right.
Don't they say don't bow down to no other idols?
Right.
Now, what's really crazy is the ornaments that they put on the tree. They were the severed heads of the Israelite babies that they sacrificed to Nimrod.
Come on, teach y'all.
So we don't know what we worship when we worship these things. Even this 225 Fest. Okay, it was started as a hashtag on Twitter. On February 25th, there was hashtag, remember when Lil Boosie did this, or remember when Webby did this, remember G Money, or remember Frito Bang, or whatever. Remember NBA Youngboy did this. You know all these people out here killing each other?
Right.
Out here on Chippewa Street killing each other, on Iroquois killing each other.
Bring it out.
Over there on Arkansas Street killing each other, on Tennessee Street. But that's what we out here celebrating.
Right.
Come on, we gotta do better.
That's right.
And the way we do better is come back to God.
That's right.
Now my sister, you have on a shirt that says Black Queen. You are royalty. And guess what? To be royalty, we gotta do royal things.
Right.
And I'm gonna show you a commandment that God gave for you to do. Deuteronomy 22:5.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5.
Bring it out.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
Now, we all laugh at Tyler Perry when he dressed up like Medea, but deep down inside, we know that's wrong, don't we? So guess what, my sister? It's wrong for women to be wearing pants.
Right.
Now, I know you older, and I'm gonna say it respect, but either your mama or your grandma, I guarantee you don't remember neither one of them wearing pants if at all. And if you do, maybe great grandma you don't remember wearing pants. Am I lying? They wore pants? Read it again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
It don't say when you go to church, they just say the woman's not supposed to wear what pertains to a man. Pants were never created for women. I knew they got something called women's pants, but you know what? That came from Amelia Bloomer, a white woman in 1904, created the first set of pants. They called them the Bloomerettes. And you know what happened to her when she wore them pants in the streets? Other white men threw rocks at her, because they knew it was wrong too. And the black woman followed behind there with the women's suffrage movement. Our sister, Sojourner Truth, who thought she was doing the right thing, got involved in that. And other black women started wearing pants behind it.
Bring it out.
And that's why we so caught up in this thing now that we don't understand or remember that we wasn't supposed to be wearing them.
Right.
Like you can look on these signs and see our sisters in the slave fields picking cotton, wearing dresses.
Right.
Maybe not them signs. There's another one somewhere around here. But you can see that.
The Native American Indians.
The Native Americans in dresses, yep. Because those are our people. Like all these streets that's named after Indian tribes, and there's a number of black people that stay on the streets, that's because they've been there. They've been there. Because we are Native Americans. They were a copper-toned skinned people. They didn't start getting white until some people spent $5 to steal your name and your identity. You heard of the Carlisle School where they say kill the Indian and save the man? They were colonialized. And while they were being colonialized, we was being brutalized on the plantation.
That's right.
So we were being oppressed together. Jeremiah 50:33. We were being oppressed together. But guess what? What we're teaching is that the 12 tribes of Israel, known as the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, are God's chosen people.
That's right.
And as God's chosen people, y'all are special. Right. And we already know we're special. We know what they say for our African American women, black girl magic and your mind and popping. Yes, it is. But it don't mean nothing if you ain't keeping the commandments.
That's right.
Watch this.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
So the children of Israel were, in the Bible, in the book of Kings, they had a split between the nations. The nation of Israel would be from Ephraim down to Naphtali. The kingdom of Judah is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. They had a split, and one king went one way and the other king went the other way. But it said they would be oppressed together. Now, the first time we were oppressed together was during the Assyrian captivity. That was the first time we was oppressed together. And it continued that way throughout history up until now, because we're still oppressed, right? North Baton Rouge, right? They call it Cancer Alley. Who predominantly stays in North Baton Rouge? And the reason they call it Cancer Alley is because they got Exxon plant right there pumping all that chemical into the air. Why it ain't down here on the other side of the lake by LSU, where the other people stay at? No, they got our people up here getting cancer and dying.
Bring it out.
We're oppressed together.
Right.
Because it's Hispanic people that stay in those areas too. All up and down Plank Road, what you see? You see people selling sex. You see them selling drugs. They got nightclubs. And they got the Christian church. Why? Because the Christian church does the same thing as all those other things I named. It keeps us in a slave mindset. Give me John 8:32.
John chapter 8, verse 32.
Bring it out.
And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
The truth is, you are God's chosen people. You are the Israelites. And the law, statutes, and commandments, and this Bible is only for you.
That's right.
All nations will not get the kingdom of heaven. That is the truth.
That's right.
The kingdom of heaven is for the Israelites.
Bring it out.
Jesus Christ came and died on the cross for black people. Black,
That's right.
Hispanics, and Native Americans. He ain't died for everybody. Because everybody didn't need salvation. Everybody don't get repentance. Everybody can't repent. Because guess what? The laws was only given to the Israelites.
That's right.
And the laws of God is how you love God by keeping his commandments. That was only given to you. The ability to love God was only given to you.
Bring it out.
And guess what? By us not knowing and we not keeping the commandments, we on that opposite end of love.
Right.
So the opposite of love is hate, right? So right now, by us not keeping the commandments, we showing God that we hate him. And if we keep showing God that we hate him, he's going to keep turning his back on us. Hosea 5:15. But this is why we keep dying in the streets. This is why we keep getting shot down. This is why there's high STD rates and all kind of promiscuity in our communities and all kind of negativity. Read.
Hosea chapter 5, verse 15.
Bring it out.
I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face.
Until we acknowledge our offense, until we realize that we are doing wrong and we come back to God. This is how you seek his face, coming back to this Bible and actually reading it with new eyes.
That's right.
You have to read it with Israelite eyes, not them Christian eyes.
That's
Because
right.
them Christian eyes miss all of this. You know what the Christian eyes see? Slave, obey my master. Because that's what they taught you in Christianity. Christianity was to keep you in slavery.
That's right.
At the end of the day, we are the Israelites. We are God's chosen people. We have to keep the commandments. And the commandment is for you to wear a beautiful, modest dress like the royalty that you are. That's what y'all supposed to do. My sister, another commandment is you shouldn't have blonde hair in your head. You got to embrace your natural, God-given hair, color, and texture.
Right.
Give me that. Proverbs 3:31.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31.
Bring it out.
Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
You see that? It says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Whether we realize it or not, changing our hair color, changing our hair texture is envying our oppressor. You are the standard of beauty because God created you. And he said he's the first author of beauty.
That's right.
Their standard of beauty is a lie. So don't chase their standard of beauty no more. You are created in the image of God. He created you perfect when he created you with that, what we call nappy hair. It's called woolly hair. This is good hair. This is God-like hair. God said he had hair like the pure wool. And that's what he gave you. That's what he gave you. That's what he gave you. So no more perms, no more relaxers, no more hot irons. Because you're killing your hair when you do that. No more wigs, no more weave. Because guess what? That glue that you got to put on your hair, you're pulling your hair out.
Right.
You're giving yourself baldness. You're giving yourself alopecia. Stop it. It's time to change.
Right.
We are great, and it's time for us to come back to that.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.